There we go, guys. In the upper right-hand side of Concealed Hill, I might be playing a couple of Gargs here, depending on the map. It's SaysO and his opponent, his brother, in the bottom left, it's Ceron. Carson will be with me for this cast. Looking forward to this, my man.
Yeah, it should be great. Should be a tight series like Bidu was pointing out. Really excited to see the strategy choices from both players. Both are really an open book. And like I said, they know each other so well, so there's so many options here. Could see a Crypt Lord, Dreadlord, Death Knight, Lich. Could see a Warden, could see a Demon Hunter, could see a Keeper of the Grove. We saw Panda the other day, but we are going to see the Demon Hunter. Oh, so familiar after our last series, Neil.
Absolutely. Not only the last series, pretty much the entire day. That seems to be the hero of the matchup at the moment. Is mana burn is super mega annoying. I am an undead myself. I know how that feels. And we have another ghoul build by SaysO.
Yep, and the Death Knight coming out. This could indicate a Death Knight expansion. We saw Duck doing that. It could indicate also just the standard tier 3 tech. Could also indicate a one base Gargs. We just had Ark actually saying this is the map where you'd play one base Gargs. The fountains, obviously very easy to creep up, and with that you can get a little bit of that economy back that you're missing from not having that early expansion. So this is probably the better map for the one base Gargoyles. So like I said, so many choices here. It's a buffet.
Indeed it is. I'm not too sure if this map should be an expansion map though, since this camp in the upper left, I mean the Wisp is scouting for it, but there's a lot of poison. There's this big level 5 commander of the Gnolls. I don't know, man. It always feels like you take so much damage and it's so fragile, this build.
Yeah, it's very spooky, especially if you're going to creep it with just ghouls. That poison can really wreak havoc, and the hero's going to meet in the middle. Nice mana burn to greet him. Probably going to go Aura now. There's the Aura, and they're going to be able to outrun that Demon Hunter just a little bit there, but a nice choice since all your mana is going to be gone anyway. And the Ancient War taking a lot of damage. The creep actually not finished up, and there could be skeletons here, and he could actually go for this Ancient War. Is there a Wisp around? There will be a Wisp to detonate those skeletons. So a nice little attempt there from SaysO, but Ceron was prepared for it.
That was important, man. Having this Wisp there, not too many players think about that, but with the incoming harass, nice reaction, really well done, super quick. And now what can SaysO really do? He has 3 charges of Fruit of Necromancy. Of course, you try to get Wisp detonates out here and there to make things a little more expensive for your opponent, but I don't think you will fall for that.
Yeah, an interesting strategy to just come across the map like that. He did go 2 Ziggurats, and generally that means you're going to start with some sort of creeping, but he just fast techs instead, when he could have done that on 1 Ziggurat, but we see he's actually getting cannibalized now, pulling some ghouls to do some split creeping, so I guess this is what he's doing with this harass here. He's just trying to delay the creeping of Ceron while creeping himself, but the Demon Hunter is going to be in his face in no time. It looks like Ceron knows what's up, and this is what we're talking about. They know how each other play.
Okay, that's a very fast cannibalize upgrade. Not too sure if I like it or not, and this is cool. Ceron expects him to be here, and this was the first direction that SaysO was going in, but then halfway there he turned around and went to the turtles, going for a little evasion creeping here.
Yep, and the Death Knight taking a lot of damage. There are health fountains on this map he can heal up at, but that take a lot of time, and in the meantime, Ceron's going to take one of SaysO's camps here, and this could be a decent item for this already pretty stacked Demon Hunter, and it's going to definitely be level 2.
It's a quick snipe for sure, claws of attack. He's pretty tanky, he's dashing out the damage. This is already quite a threat, and the Archer did wake up the creeps. It could definitely wake up the creeps now as the DK is healing. Oh, there we go. 1 arrow is enough. And all that sweet healing is gone again.
Yeah, nice deny of that healing and the deny of the crypt. SaysO was going for 2 crypt and the graveyard right now, so this would have been a 1-base Garg play, but Ceron with the perfect crisp timing is going to cancel both, and this limits the options so much for SaysO. No Slaughterhouse, no Fiends, no Gargoyles, and no second crypt. Insane timing there.
I'm not even sure if he cancelled that graveyard. It was really late. I think he didn't get much out of it. Yeah, that delays everything. Let's throw some back to the Stone Age. While Ceron's tech, pretty much uncontested, he's almost there. I don't see a Hunter's Fall, though.
Yeah, I do see a Tree of Life, as so does the Acolyte. Could actually pull the creeps onto that, but that is a pretty nicely timed expansion. Ceron knows he did a lot of damage to the tech tree of SaysO, whereas You know, he's got whatever he wants right now. No Huntress Hull, like you point out, but could it just be pure archers with this relatively quick expansion? But here comes the Death Knight with the Staff of Teleportation. He's got a critter there, and there's no wisps nearby. Why does every Night Elf make this mistake? This is going to be a cancel here.
I think so too. Ceron is trying his very, very best to get back there, to burn the DK again, to probably get rid of these skeletons. It's gonna be close. Maybe SaysO should wake up the creeps. DK not putting in the damage here. There's a Naga to slow him down. This could actually backfire into a TP, but very important, super important to get rid of that wisp. Okay, not that important as there's reinforcements already. I thought he has to pull new ones. Then it would be a delay of like 20 seconds or so, but Ceron is ready.
Yeah, I wish he could have had those wisps there, those 3 wisps that he now brought over. Just a little bit earlier, dispelled those skeletons. The Naga comes in. There's no way the Death Knight finishes it up. So a small mistake has a big cost here for Ceron, but the damage has been done in SaysO's base, and we see him just going straight tier 3, getting that Lich out, completely neglecting the Gargoyle tech. And there's the Slaughterhouse, so we're just going to go into some sort of a standard army for SaysO, but right now he can't really creep anything. He's just going to pick up the scraps, taking green camps, whereas Ceron is soon to take his expansion. He could maybe even go to the middle to get one of those big, possibly auras from that Ogre Warrior, or Warlord, I should say. And yeah, Ceron has like a lot of options right now.
Yeah, I still like his position as well, despite this kill. TP gone, as you say, tech destroyed, as you say. And this is definitely not SaysO's game plan. He wanted to play Gargs, now he has to do something else. If a big part of his game plan was to go for the fountains, he could still do that with an early web and take that one out. And maybe even late game, this Fiend army might be better than the Gargs.
Yeah, and maybe Ceron has it in his mind that SaysO is still going for Gargs, despite that that crypt being cancelled, so maybe he's going to try to counter the Gargs a little bit. But one archer going to go down to a nice Nova. This is a good creep jack from SaysO. He might even get 2 archers here. There is another Nova, maybe even 3. A second one going down to the Nova. A third one wasn't snared and taking a lot of damage here. Oh, but the skeletons can't catch up, but still a decent creep jack there for SaysO.
Forces are under
Definitely
attack.
agree. DK again far away as he was so hurt, but Lich and Ghouls did it. And the creeps are killing the... not killing the Engine of War yet. Maybe down the road. Here's the Hunter Soul now.
Oh
So,
no.
time for the lures? What's up?
Oh, the Naga almost died to creeps there. It was really close. He tanked a lot of damage, but the Moon Juice isn't great right now, and the lore's very, very late. So this Naga is not going to be able to heal up very easily. This is going to take all the Moon Juice, Neo. Oh, he's got one more. Okay, not the end of the world, but yeah, this creep jack actually did a little bit more damage than I think SaysO intended, and he's coming back for more.
Dude, this DK that's coming into this army now, he went across the entire world basically to come back into this fight. Gonna be burned again. There we go. No spells to use anymore. I think SaysO should probably fall back a little, creep his levels, and then attack the expansion again. Or definitely have an eye open for it.
Yeah, I think his goal right now should be to hit a clean timing, but instead he's being a little bit over-aggressive before he's hit his full strength. We see the Naga, these now 3 archers, because Ceron did lose 2 earlier to the creep jack, are going to be able to put a lot of pressure on this creeping, and you need this at least level 2 Lich, you need this level 3 Death Knight, and he needs to take 1 more camp to achieve those levels. I doubt Ceron's going to give him the time, but the Naga going to help out quite a bit here for SaysO.
No, for a second, not in the group, and the Lich is just gone. No TP anymore, nothing to save her, and this game could derail quickly for SaysO as Ceron is going for the double kill. Absolutely bloodthirsty, aiming for the Naga, wants to get that full wipe.
A player's forces are under attack.
Rough situation, rough seconds for SaysO.
Yeah, 2 heroes going down. I mean, the Naga could creep up, you know, when he's all alone at home. He can watch whatever he wants on the television, but what really can he take with that Naga? He can take the shop, I guess. But the expansion's up. The expansion's marching on over, and Ceron's going to hit quite a nice timing after dealing with both those heroes. He can run over, he can creep that. He's getting some Dryads out now. He's going to have Bears in no time, and really, SaysO's not going to hit that timing we were talking about. He's going to have to either counter-expand or try to hope for some sort of a hero kill here, but this is Ceron being very ahead in this game.
Yeah, I don't know. Plan A with the Gargs, destroyed. Plan B with triple hero and fiends and statues, destroyed. And what's next? Like, he has to do it again. So far, Ceron's expo didn't pay off. It was delayed for sure. But the tier 3 is almost done. Abolish Magic is there, which is in this matchup insanely important to get rid of Frost Armor. And then he should be set for fights.
Yeah, for sure. And now with this Naga level 3, he's got the shop crept up. He'll go get that Invuln potion to keep his heroes safe. He'll be able to get that orb pretty soon, and that staff, if he doesn't already have it, he does not have it yet. So still, even with how devastating this army from Ceron was earlier to SaysO, it's only going to get stronger with this tier 3 tech kicking in this shop right now. So what is SaysO's plan C, like you talk about? Is he going to build an Acolyte? He is getting Destroyer form. This will be good against the future Rejuvenation. Gonna possibly snag him a hero kill if he can dispel that Rejuvenation. But the red camp for Ceron is looking juicy.
And he's fighting that straight on. Like, head-to-head battle, Demon Hunter, Overlord. When do you ever see this? Usually he makes it all the way to the tavern, is a thirsty big boy. And, wow, Warsong Battle Drums.
Yeah, that's a pretty good item if you ask me. That's a lot of damage on this army. The bears do quite a bit themselves. They don't do bad in the fight. And Master Train just kicked in, and with this Warsong Battle Drums, this is a scary army for SaysO to deal with, but he's at least going to get the Red Drake here. This could be decent. Could be True Shot Aura, Devotion Aura, some decent items for this Lich possibly. Going to lose one Ghoul to the Creeps, but not the end of the world. He does get the level 3 Death Knight, which helps out quite a bit. And the hero levels are not too bad, assuming he gets it, but it doesn't look like Ceron's going to give him the time of day.
Ooh, Drake is being lured out big time here, but yeah, exactly. Ceron comes in from the south, just being finished with the rat spot. He's greedy for more, and as he just killed 2 heroes, that's exactly what he's aiming for. 1 coil got out, no mana potion, so that's what it is. Demon Hunter out of that fight for now. Maybe there's a bear coming with some redo, but even against that, SaysO would have a solution here. 1 Fiend dies, level 4, super big, evasion 2. And now it's time to clobber down this Haunted Goldmine. Or will he take the fight first? Tier 3 Undead is really, really scary. You don't... Oh, wait, this Naga. Is there double staff? Otherwise, he's dead.
Oh, no.
He's dead.
It's just dead. It's just dead. And the archers are falling. The feeds are on the Dryads. This is an overcommitment from Ceron here. If he was able to win this fight, the Expo would be dead, and he's probably winning this game, but maybe overcommits, a little bloodthirsty there. The Fiends are going to fall, but an Archer and a Destroyer going down as well. I don't know how this fight ends here. I don't think SaysO can hold his expansion still, unless he really gets a big nuke on this Demon Hunter.
Naga could be mana burned. Right click, there we go, dead.
Nova, Coil, half HP Demon Hunter with no staff support from his friend the Naga, but the bears are going to take care of that Haunted Goldmine in no time if SaysO gives them the opportunity to do so. But the bears are going to fall back. No Nova, so no catch for this army. Maybe the archers could be blocked. 1 bear take a little bit of damage, but worst case, it could be a TP out. And now, best case for Ceron, the Naga's back.
Absolutely, no mana, but she doesn't need much mana for her Frost Arrows. This Demon Hunter is so close to 5. Both lose units left, right, and center. Lich is in trouble once again. Needs more care with these heroes! Oh boy, this is a very, very, very powerful mana burn here, and Ceron takes map number 1.
Yeah, just a really nice timing, really snowball them into the mid game there with that cancel on the crypt, cancel on the graveyard. And it looked like SaysO just didn't know what to do. He tried to go into that tri-hero push we talked about, but then he got his heroes killed. He tried to go for the expansion, so we really did see a plan A, B, and C from SaysO, which is good that he was able to adapt on the fly, and maybe with that sort of thinking on his feet, he can try to get a win in map 2, but Ceron's looking pretty dominant.
Bidu, would you agree?
Ooh, I like that game. Yeah, I actually thought that, you know, maybe Ceron was a little bit of a favorite going into that. It's not like they deviated from any weird strats. That was about as standard as the matchup gets right now. Really well played from Ceron. I thought SaysO was coming a little bit close back into it with the expansion, but I think Ceron just had way too much time ahead. And yeah, a little bit of an overextension from that Naga, but still, it was just, I feel like he was just way too ahead at that point, and the Demon Hunter just took over. Really well played.
Yeah, that was definitely pretty brutal at the end. Let's see if SaysO can come back, or will he say goodbye with 0-4 after the rough series on day 1 versus Hitman. Not gonna be easy for sure. Like, feels like Ceron absolutely got his number.
Yeah, for sure. And then going into Northern Isles for the second map, we could see similar strategies from both players. That early Tuskar camp can be really good for that Demon Hunter if Ceron's going to choose to go for that hero again, and it looked like a pretty promising opening for him last game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he did the same. And then could be an expansion, much easier expansion than on Concealed Hill, so that could be a possibility for SaysO, but we'll have to wait and see.
Exactly.
You know, I'm actually very surprised that, you know, I would say SaysO's bread and butter is that Dreadlord opener, that Cryptlord opener. To open up standard like this and then lose, it's kind of like, dude, why aren't you just doing what works? You know what I mean? I really want to see on NI. We saw some crazy stuff on NI yesterday, so the expansion is there. The opportunity is definitely there. So I would say, you know, stick to your guns, SaysO. You need a quick 2-0. Like, you need to win the next two. Go with your bread and butter. Go with that Cryptlord and expansion. Let's get it done.
It's been some time since we got a full best of 3 series here in the Americas. I feel like it's definitely time for that. Otherwise, the time with my brothers here always flies by in no time. We're loading in to Northern Isles with a 1-0 lead of Ceron, about to kick out his bro out of DreamHack Summer America. Once this game is loaded, I feel like one of the admins really needs a new machine to speed things up a little.
I'm getting the same vibes, man. I did a lot of in-house. Yeah, I'm getting the same vibes.
All right, now we're loading into Northern Isles. And here we are, facing elimination in the bottom left in the red, the undead SaysO. And in the upper right, looking steaming hot on Concealed Hill, it's Ceron. So there we go, Carson. Let's see where this leads us. I'm curious if we see one of these special openings that you guys promise me all the time.
Sure. Well, we did see a panda the other day. We did
True,
see something a little spicy the other day.
But I saw that miles ahead, you know. I saw
Yeah,
that
you were a true genius, truly on point that day. Unbelievable call. I never thought it could be a panda. But yeah, this could be a really heartbreaking storyline. One of the brothers is gonna go home. Bible thumps in the chat, and Keeper the Grove from Ceron here. A little change up. Not completely out of the blue, but something a little different. And the passive Ancient of War, not going for those Tuskar camps, which can give you such a nice item early game, but it's a little bit safer against the possibility of a ghoul pressure. But it doesn't look like we're going to see a scout ghoul from SaysO.
No, but do you know what we see? It's the Keeper of the Groove.
Yeah, that's going to help quite a bit here.
Not a Demon Hunter. I like that. And with that, we might go back to Mass Air instead of Dryad's Bears, because that's what Ceron played against Inso very successfully.
Right, yeah, that was what he did on Echo Isles with those fairy dragons, the archers into fairy dragons. Actually, some huntresses to help too, which are great against the ghouls. We were talking about that when we saw those games. And I like this strategy choice. If Insub struggles with it with his sort of micro, then, you know, SaysO being more of a strategic player will definitely struggle against it, because I think the only counter to this sort of mass air strategy from the Night Elf is just to out micro them.
Yeah, definitely. That's so it's gonna be really hard to do, and we see it's once again the Huntress opening as well, which I really like, because it speeds up your creeping after the initial investment. It does help you on the ground against the hard counter of the Mass Air, that is Fiends, and with Entangle and a couple of hunts, you can pick these up and rise up in experience.
Yep, that would help a lot against that hard counter of the Fairy Dragons, and we'll see. Is SaysO going to go for Cannibalize again with that split creeping? We see the similar opening from him with the Skeleton Death Knight Harass. He can have the luxury of going Coil early here against the Keeper of the Grove. Doesn't have to worry about those mana burns that were so effective last game. But will he do some split creeping? He does need to do some teching pretty soon. A little bit late on that guy right now, but there it is. And Ceron going to be a little bit late on his tech as well. Go for that Huntress Hull, but he's going to have a big army in no time here.
I'm really curious what SaysO is doing. Like, this tech does take quite some time with a double Ziggurat opening, but that's the case for Ceron as well. So both will need some time to unfold. In the meantime, the Keeper should be the better hero with Entangle and Disable, and then of course Treants. he should accelerate faster, but for the late game, the undead heroes are faster. It's a cool back and forth. Ooh, that scout though. Go, go. Got it. Super
The player's
important.
forces are
And
under
there's a
attack.
critter to the left. He could kill it with the skeleton and summon more, but there's already a wisp in place. But there is a coil to deal with the wisp if they come for the detonate. The skelly's going to put a little bit of damage on that tree of life, and
The
here's the
town
next
is under
critter.
siege.
I would like to see Ceron just AFK a wisp next to that critter so he can never summon the skellies, and they're going to get deadoed. Oh, can the wisp catch up? This is a huge detonate, but the split is there for SaysO. And can he deal with this tree of life? Does he have enough DPS? He's pulling the ghouls to ensure it.
Exactly. Look at the minimap I was about to say. That's a little bit of a red Congo line moving north. And it's not level 2. There's no treants. It's only one huntress. And especially if he gets the surround out. It's kind of hard to do because now it's nighttime.
Player's forces are
So
under
probably
attack.
fully committing to this tree of life.
Yep, sometimes you got to pull the boys, and here they go, entangle on one. SaysO's going to lose a couple, but it'll be a worthy sacrifice to get this tree of life if he manages to do so. Couple of coils to save these ghouls, but he's going to just use them on a wisp that actually gets nicely detonated. But the tree of life is the big prize here for SaysO, and it's going to go down yet again. Second game in a row, and the town portal out. So be careful. There is a couple more entangles on the Keeper of the Grove. Going to save his, pretty much all of his ghouls
Ooh,
without only losing a couple. Oh, another one.
that is a way better opening for SaysO than it was on map 1. Miles and miles better. Yeah, and now is the question, what is he doing there? He's almost done with attack. We see a graveyard, but no second crypt. Seems to be very, very positive that he can out-micro his brother with Nazaya.
A player's forces are
Yeah,
under
and at
attack.
least the graveyard not canceled this time, so he can start pumping fiends. It's a little bit late, but if he's just going for that Lich first, maybe a tier 3 tech before the Slaughterhouse won't affect him too much. But we have to see a lot of fiends. We were talking about this when Insup played against the strategy. Really crucial to have a big number of fiends. We see undeads like 120 and Happy even go 2 crypt fiends on one base. Just really sacrificing those statues and that third hero just to get a huge mass of these fiends to web the fairy dragons, if that is what we're going to see. From Ceron, we'll have to wait and see because his tech is pretty far behind here.
There's also not the highest DK. I wonder how fast he can pick up levels. The tech is kind of lacking, no counter expansion, so there is certainly a timer on it. Since Ceron is becoming more and more competitive, the more hunters there are on the battlefield.
Yeah,
And
that's
he's
kinda
level
nice
3.
thing about
Player's
this. The
forces
nice thing
are
about
under
this is the
attack.
Huntresses can fight even with a tech disadvantage.
Yeah. At least for a while. And especially singling out units is the big advantage here, but SaysO just says, okay, you can't single out my units in the base, so let me camp for a bit.
Shadow Meld's going to help out quite a bit if he just wants to hide. That's sort of OC's old trick. You just Shadow Meld everything in front of the base, wait for them to leave, no matter how long it takes, and then just entangle and surround them. But the skeletons are going to see this force of Ceron, and SaysO's going to be happy just to wait around a little bit until he has maybe Dispel, but Dispel's a long way away. Tier 3 just now starting, and like you say, there's got to be some creeping for SaysO here before he goes for this push against the expansion.
Yeah, speaking of creeping, the next minute, I guess, is going to be super important since the middle is heavily contested here on Northern
Player's
Isles.
forces are
And
under attack.
usually the best you can creep is with Keeper, Treants, Alchemist, but Naga. Still
Correct,
very good.
He did that on Echo Isles as well, if I'm remembering correctly,
Yeah.
right? When he beat Insup. Okay, so, he's definitely comfortable with this style. One Fiend, pretty uncomfortable right now, going to get entangled and focused down, and a couple more ghouls. This is pretty devastating for SaysO right now.
And that's exactly what this mid game gives you. Strong hunts, level 3 Keeper essential, having good mana, and some second hero that does something immediately. And if you ask me, Frost Arrow do a lot very, very fast for pretty much no cost, so he has a lot of them. But Ceron might be thinking damage is done. I'm still waiting for my expo to pay off. I'm waiting for my wins to come on. And there's the first one.
Yep, a little bit short on wood and gold right now. Can rebuild a couple of those wisps, especially with 2 Tree of Lights now. That gold mine going to be saturated in no time, and then there will be a lot of fairy dragons. The skeletons again going to see the army, but that just reinforces the idea that SaysO can really not do anything right now. Got to just AFK in his base, and the Death Knight only 2.2 right now. Definitely needs to get out, maybe creep the Tuskar camps, get some sort of map control, and I think the only way he can do that right now, maybe go for some sort of hero focus with Coil Nova, because it doesn't look like Ceron's going to lay off the pressure anytime soon.
Ceron was already looking at that expansion spot, like, hey bro, are you here? Hey bro, are you at the green? So he knows now that he's on the left-hand side, or the only option that SaysO has is on the left-hand side, and SaysO, like, even in his base, losing units now, probably.
Yeah, level 2 Entangle. The Fiends are going to do good damage against the Huntresses who are going to have to retreat, but, you know, you can lose Hunts for Fiends, and he's not even going to lose that. And there's a lot of Skellies here, but this is gold invested. The SaysO really doesn't have with the expansion against him right now. He's using a lot of these items, a lot of these Rotted Necromancies, and he's not getting much value out of them. All he's getting right now is Moon Juice from the Night Elf, which can be helpful in the future because there is no Bears, no Rejuvenation, no Alchemist for Healing Spray, but you need a bit more than that.
All right. I feel like Ceron's game is getting better and better and better. Once again, skipping the Hippogriffs because they can be nuked. Fairy Dragons can't, as they are magic immune. There's not too many archers anyway. And there's still no level 3 for this DK. It's kind of pathetic. Ceron could know this. Maybe there's even spells involved here with this creeping if he wants to speed things up. Ceron a little indecisive. Do I poke into the base? Do I reach around once again? And so the experience goes to SaysO finally. But Ceron knows now.
Yeah, and with that orb on the Lich, he could start to creep it fast at least. Maybe creep something under Ceron's nose again, like he just did. And the Hunts aren't looking too scary anymore, because with the level 2 Entangle, yeah, you can get pickoffs, and there's no Dispel yet for it. But you definitely need to get good surface area on your Huntresses. And with the big Novas and the Fiends, you can kind of protect your units here if you want to do a bit more creep. In the Dark Ranger, this is what Insub did, and we were kind of questioning it as well.
Forces are under attack.
Yeah, did we find an answer yet?
No, we didn't. Yeah, I don't know.
Me neither.
No idea.
I mean, does good damage, can be foiled. Creeping can be crazy.
It's just it can attack air and it can be coiled. Maybe that's it. It's not really the spells. You just get a third hero for the auto attacks. Okay, one Hunter's going to go down. The level 1 coil is really not good for SaysO. This might even be a town portal out because the Destroyer's taking a lot of damage too. I think you just TP out. He doesn't have one. He doesn't have one. He's got a fight here. He's got the Destroyer, but it might go down.
He might just be eliminated from the tournament right here. Ceron has the 1-0 lead already and now just steamrolling over SaysO. Is losing one unit after the next. Tickle damage to the max. There's Entangled. Yeah, you can cast your Frost Armor all you want, but he doesn't care. The Naga of Ceron staffed out after this little focus fire. The Hunts are falling, but there's still no solution to these Fairy Dragons.
Yeah, all the Fiends going down. Nice surround on the Keeper. Might actually save him a Lich. He does have another coil. There's a lot of Skellies here. The statue would like to stay alive. Nice force town portal out, but the damage has been done. He traded Huntresses for Destroyers. He traded Huntresses for Fiends, and that's a good trade the Night Elf is going to take here any day. And more Fairy Dragons. The +2 attack coming out for these Fairy Dragons, and the expansion's still mining away happily.
Huh. So, SaysO survives. Interesting. We got double shot by Ceron, actually, and the second attack upgrade. Things are just getting better and better and better. He's breaking upkeep and feels the... Wait, is he going for... Yeah, okay. I like that he steps it a little back. Trying to go for more items. Regen a little. Ankh. Okay, not too bad against this heavy nuke. I think it's the right decision to constantly go for the Fiends. Don't be too greedy. Don't aim for the heroes immediately. Just, you know, try. Oh, okay.
He couldn't staff because of the Ankh.
Yeah, the Keeper was falling already, and it's a split second before he was able to staff again is the fatal damage. But okay, level 2 hero isn't too bad, but at least SaysO gets something done.
Yeah, and that might enable him to sort of start to mass up the Fiends. The Naga helps quite a bit. The Entangle does most of the heavy lifting, but the Naga can help to pick off these Fiends. But right now, the Fairy Dragons are just going to kill the units that can't be coiled. Why not? Killing one of those statues there. One. Still has a good amount of mana. Probably don't want to morph that yet. You definitely want to get the mana up on these Tri-Heroes if you're SaysO right now. But the Expo Mining. The heroes don't even matter. It's this air mass.
63 supply air mass. Exactly. This is more than one full group now.
That's a lot of
He
units.
has nothing else but wisps and fairy dragons.
Well, why not? He gets an invuln potion, gonna keep that keeper alive at least a little bit longer, and the creeping is pretty good when you got this much army. I mean, that's a pretty fast creep, even with piercing damage right now. So will there be a town portal? A little bit low on gold, but you know he's got plenty of that coming in, and right now SaysO's just trying to get some creeping done. If he can get that Lich level 3, the nuke has been what's been getting SaysO or Ceron out of his face right now, but now there's another creep jack coming, and there's no town portal, and the Death Knight who's probably gonna fall here.
Uh-oh, is this the end for SaysO now? He was trying to get out of that chokehold from Ceron, but it's absolutely overwhelming. There's another Entangle, will probably result in a double kill. Oh, that poor fiend. It's done, and Ceron gets it too. Oh.
Nice strategy choice. He played game 1 very well. He really understood the timings of the tech of SaysO, and he got it done in game 1. And then game 2, just a nice strategy that everyone in